Hello everyone, and welcome to this 20-minute toe mobility practice. This is a practice specifically designed for today as we land in Moon in Pisces, and Pisces rules the feet, so it's a great time to tend to this area of your body. So just begin to bring the knees together, draw the hips to the heels, bring your hands on your thighs, and let's take 3 deep inhales and exhales together. Drawing the breath in through the nose, breathing in, and exhale, out through the mouth. Let's go 2 more like that. Inhale through the nose, breathing in, and exhale, out through the mouth. Good. Let's go 1 more time. Inhale, breathing in. And exhale, out through the mouth. And just notice your body. Notice how the body has softened even just after those 3 breaths. Noticing where you're feeling grounded and rooted in your body. Beginning to slow the breath down as you draw it in through the nose. And just exhaling out through the nose. Good. Let's begin to tuck the toes. So we'll come into a bit of a toe stretch, tucking all 10 toes under. And you can lift the hips if this is feeling quite intense to have them lowered to the heels. So just find your area of wherever you are in your body this morning, just find where that feels good for you, and then come back to your breath. Feel your toes rooted on the earth and slow the breath down here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and for 1. Let's come over onto the hands and knees and just begin to patter out the tops of the feet. Good, and then begin to curl the toes up. So you lift them off the mat, and they might not get super high, but think of drawing the toes to your heels. So you'll feel the bottom of your arches contract. And then begin to slowly curl the toes down and press them into the mat and lift your knees. Feel your core activate here. Turn your elbow creases in to face each other. Hold and breathe for 5. Press the tops of the feet down. Press the toes down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go 2 more times like that. Drop the knees. Curl the toes up any amount. Feel the arches of your feet contract. Stay with your breath. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose. Good, and then begin to lower your toes down, press them into the ground, and then lift your knees. Feel your lower abs turn on, scoop your tailbone down slightly, and press the mat away with your hands. So you're protracting in the shoulders as well. Knees are lifted about 1 inch or 2 off the mat. Keep pressing into the toes, breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Let's go 1 more time. Lower to the knees, curl the toes to the heels, and feel the arches of your feet contract. Really squeeze them in here. Squeeze those toes to heels. Breathing here for 3. Press the ground away. Stay solid in the shoulders for 2. Neck is long for 1. And slowly curl the toes back down to the ground. You're pressing into the toenails now and lifting the knees. Scoop your tailbone. Knees will come up about 2 inches off the mat, and breathe here. Press the ground away, breathing deep for 5, 4, 3, 2. Press the tops of the feet down for 1 and lower to the knees. Let's take an inhale to your cow. Open the chest. Exhale to your cat, scoop the tailbone. Inhale, come through neutral spine. Let's walk the hands forward, 1 hand length. Tuck your toes and lift the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Just rock the hips from side to side here. Finding some intuitive movements and just getting your body mobilized into the shape. Coming into stillness, press the ground away. Feel your triceps activate and your biceps turn outward away from each other. Lift up onto the toes and then lower the heels. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Ground your knuckles. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Keep the ears between the biceps. Let's go for 3. Slow your breath down for 2. And for 1. Stay lifted off the heels. Gaze to your thumbs. Bend the knees and slowly step to the top of your mat. Lengthen halfway. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Begin to ground into the heels and curl your spine all the way up. Weight comes into the heels. Let's reach the arms overhead. Big inhale, lift your chest, lift your gaze. And exhale, hands to heart. Tadasana, mountain pose. Just begin to ground down here into the feet. Roll your shoulders back. Begin to rise up onto the balls of the feet. Reach the arms out in front. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Keep your heels lifted and slowly draw the knees down. Heels will stay lifted. Coming down to any point that feels good for you this morning. Keep your spine tall. So imagine there was a string drawing up through your spine, keeping your spine nice and tall all the way up through the top of your crown. And then begin to drop your heels and melt over your thighs, forward fold. Exhale. Grounding into the heels, scoop your tailbone as you curl all the way up. Let's do that 2 more times. Reaching the arms overhead, lift your gaze. Let's rise up onto the toes. So you're lifting your heels here, a bit of a balance challenge. Bring your arms parallel. And then begin to squeeze the inner thighs together. Come back to your stable breath. And then begin to slowly bend the knees. Squeezing the inner thighs together and lowering down. Press the balls of the feet down into the ground. Coming down to your lowest point. And then begin to drop the heels. Exhale, melt forward, Uttanasana. Begin to root into the heels as you curl yourself all the way up. Reaching the arms high, lift your gaze. Ground into the balls of the feet and lift the heels. Come back to your slow and steady breath. Bring your arms parallel. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Root into the balls of the feet and slowly bend the knees as you lower down. Spine is tall. Soften in those wrists. Give the fingers a wiggle. Come to your lowest point and then begin to drop the heels and melt forward. Exhale, forward fold. Good. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. And exhale, ground the palms. Let's step the right leg back. Stay lifted off that right heel. Pull your left heel back and drag your right toes forward so you feel your left hamstring beginning to activate. Your right glute is activated. And then just begin to bend and extend your left knee. You're on tented fingers here, bending and extending your left knee. Good. And then begin to come all the way back onto that left heel. Lift your left toes and lower them down. Let's lift, flexing the toes all the way to your shin, any amount, lower down. And one more, lifting and lower down. And then roll your shoulders back. Let's lower to the right knee as you bend into your left knee. And then just begin to lift the toes off the mat. So you're rooted into the ball of your left foot. Lift your toes off the mat and then begin to lower all 4 of your left small toes while keeping your left big toe lifted. And then lift all 4 of your left toes and lower just your left big toe while keeping all 4 little toes lifted. Press down into that left big toe. Good. Lift your left toe and then lower your left pinky, the one inside the pinky, and just come all the way to your big toe, lowering down one at a time. Press down into the toes, pushing down about a 1 to 10 intensity, and then increase it to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then flex all toes up towards your shin and hold with the intensity of 1 out of 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower your left toes. Let's lift your right knee. Squeeze your right knee into chest, curl it in, ground into your left heel, and slowly rise all the way up. Your left glute is active, arms reach overhead. Begin to bring your right hand to knee, open that knee out, and bring the sole of the foot to your inner left calf or thigh. You're coming into Vrksasana. Pushing the sole of that right foot into the left thigh pushes back. Slow your breath here, push down into that left foot, lengthen your spine and gently tuck your tailbone. As you exhale, let's bring hands to heart. Pivot your right knee forward, gentle bend into your left knee, and slowly step your right leg back, nice and slow. Coming into a high lunge, arms reach high, big inhale. And as you exhale, pivot your right heel down, open warrior 2. Begin to straighten your left knee, arms reach high, big inhale. And exhale to bend, warrior 2. Let's go 2 more, root to rise, inhale, reach. And exhale, warrior 2. Good, and one more time, inhale to reach high. And exhale, warrior 2. Using over your left middle finger. Begin to cartwheel the hands to the inner edge of your left foot. Come onto the ball of your right foot and heel toe your left foot out. And then begin to, same thing, lift all 5 of your left toes, draw them to your shin. Holding at the top. And then begin to press all 5 of your left toes down. And let's lift your left heel. And then lower your left heel and pull your toes back to your left shin. Keep dragging the right toes forward. Your right glute is active. Lift your heart forward. And then lower your left toes, press them down, and lift your left heel. Good. Last one, ground your left heel, pull the toes back to the shin, stay with your breath, keep your chest open. And then begin to lower the toes, lift your left heel, press into the ball of your left foot. Keep that left heel lifted, root the palms, and sweep your left leg back and up for 3-legged dog. And exhale, lower that left foot to meet the right. Begin to lift up onto the balls of the feet, to lift the heels, and then lower down. Lift up and lower down. Good, let's go for 3. Breathing through the nose, exhale through the nose for 2. Press the mat forward, even pressure on right and left hand for 1. Good, let's lift the heels, gaze to thumbs, bend the knees, and gently step towards the top of your mat. Lengthen halfway. And exhale, ground the palms. Let's step your left foot back. Come onto the ball of your left toe. Roll your shoulders back. Your left heel is lifted. And just begin to extend that right knee and bend. Good. Extending and bending. And then begin to, as you come to bend that right knee, begin to lift the ball of your right foot, so all 5 of your right toes lift. And then you're rooting all 4 of your right toes down, your right big toe stays lifted. Good. And then begin to lift all 4 of your right toes and ground your right big toe down while keeping your right toes lifted. Good. And then begin to lift your right toe. Let's go one more time. Root all 4 of your right toes down, press down, stay with your breath. And then begin to lift and lower your right big toe down. Press into your right big toe. Good. Stay lifted with all 5 toes, and then begin to ground your right pinky toe, your left, and then slowly 1 toe at a time all the way to that big toe. Good. Push down. Let's go one more time like that, lifting the toes And then begin to ground your right pinky toe and pushing all 10 toes, or all 5 toes down on that right foot. Press down and breathe. Good. And then just begin to lift that ball of the foot off the mat and draw the toes towards your right shin and lower. Lift and lower. For 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Ground into the ball of that right foot. Root down into the heel and draw your left knee in towards your chest. Root into that right heel and curl all the way up to stand. Reach your arms alongside the ears. Begin to bring your left hand to knee. Open that knee out. Bring the sole of the foot to your inner right calf or thigh. Coming into Vrksasana. Slow your breath. Feel your right foot grounding you down as you push down. Gently scoop the tailbone, tuck it under, and then lengthen your spine tall. Let your fingers be soft. Wrists are soft as well as you wiggle your fingers. Keep drawing the breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, let's bring hands to heart. Pivot your left knee forward. Slowly bend your right knee and reach back with that left leg. Nice and slow. You're coming into a high lunge. Arms reach high. Big inhale. Begin to pivot your left heel down and open warrior 2. Press to the back edge of your left foot. Straighten that right knee. Big inhale. Rise up. Exhale. Bend warrior 2. 2 more like this. Root into the soles of the feet. Rise up. Extend that right knee. Reach high. And exhale. Warrior 2. And 1 more time, inhale to reach high, let your shoulders soften, lengthen your spine tall, left glute is activated, and exhale, warrior 2. Gazing over your left middle finger. Begin to cartwheel the hands forward and down to the inner edge of your right foot and pivot off your left heel. Let's heel toe that right foot out. Pressing the mat away, roll your shoulders back. You're lifted off your left heel and just begin to extend and bend that right knee. Extending and bending. For 3, for 2, good, for 1. Bending back into that right knee. Press all 5 of your right toes down, really push them down into the mat and increase the intensity. Let's start at a 1 out of 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lift all 5 of your right toes off the mat. You're pressing into the ball of that right foot. And intensity 1 out of 10, 2, 3, 4 out of 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down to the ball of that right foot. And let's just begin to lift and tap that right heel. Lift and tap. Good. Press into the ball of that right foot. Good, and then begin to lift that right heel, press into the ball of that right foot, hold and breathe. And then lower the heel down, lift your right toes, hold and breathe. 1 more time, ground into the ball of that right foot, lift the heel, press down, hold and breathe. Root into your palms and then begin to reach that right leg back and up for 3-legged dog. Good, and exhale, downward facing dog. Begin to gaze to your thumbs and slowly walk on the balls of the feet towards your hands. And just begin to ground the feet down. Come more into the center of your mat here. Begin to root into the heels as you curl all the way up. Let's reach the arms high. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers stretch up, lift onto the balls of the feet and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay lifted. Pull all 5 of your right toes up. Root one at a time down. Pull all 5 of your left toes up and root one at a time down. Good. And then begin to lift up onto the balls of the feet. Let's bring your hands to heart. Slowly bend the knees and come all the way down. Let's bring the hands to the mat. Squeeze your thighs together. Drop your knees forward. Reach your arms back. And then begin to reach the arms forward. You can bring the fingertips down. Come back onto the heels and come onto your sit bones. Let's just begin to lift the shins coming into Navasana. You can bring your hands around the backs of the thighs, roll your shoulders back, or you can reach the arms out. Let's tap the right toes, point them and lift. Point the left toes, tap and lift. Keep the toes pointed. Let's go for 1, tap, 2, 3, alternating legs, alternating feet. 5, we're going to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's lower to the feet, extend the legs out long, and just begin to take some ankle circles. You can bring your legs a bit wider, just so you have some room. Point the toes and just take some ankle circles. Try and lift your ankles off the mat just to help. And keep the toes plantar flex, so the toes are pointing. And then reverse your circles. Stay with your breath and keep your spine nice and tall so you're not slumping over. Shoulders are back, sit bones are rooted. Let's come back through center, flex the toes to your face and dorsiflex. So now we're rolling the ankles with dorsiflexion as you draw the toes towards your face. Good. Slow your breath here. And then coming back through center, let's reverse the circles. Let your shoulders relax. Keep the breath flowing here. And release. We can come back to close this practice the same way we started, just bringing the knees together to touch. Maybe we'll do one little toe stretch before. So let's tuck all 10 toes under and take lion's breath, 5 rounds. Bring your palms on your thighs, roll your shoulders back. Inhale through the nose, keep the eyes open here. Tongue will come out on the exhale. Inhale, nose. Exhale, eyes open. Good, 4 more, inhale. For 3, 2, and 1. Good. You can patter out the tops of the feet, bring the hips to the heels, bring your hands to heart. I hope your toes and your ankles are feeling more spacious and mobile, and I hope that you feel supported by your feet for the rest of this Monday, this moon in Pisces. Namaste.